As an orchid grower, I really want to help people grow these beautiful plants, but I find myself often saying every orchid likes blank and realizing that there's always one exception, no matter what I say. Orchids are such a large family of plants that come from all over the world on every continent except Antarctica, so there's so many different conditions that these guys have and need to thrive, so each particular one is different and they don't overlap a lot of the time. Like saying every orchid wants water. This one does not want water for about 6 months out of the year. It goes completely dry, the moss gets crunchy, and I never water it. Genuinely. All the leaves die back and it turns into this thing. It is a pseudobulb and it is going to soon again after it blooms. So not even every orchid wants water, which is kind of crazy. And you may say, well, every orchid wants light, right? At least that's like a common thing. No. There are some parasitic orchids that live their entire lives underground and only come above ground to flower. The flower will burst right at the surface of the ground and last for a little while and then be gone, and it will never see the sun again. The whole orchid lives its life underground in a tuber. Crazy plants. I often say let the orchid roots go silver before you water again. Orchids want to completely dry out before the next watering. Not for every orchid. This is a maxillaria. They like to stay moist almost 100% of the time, which is very unusual for an orchid. But if I tried to do that with this brassivola, it would rot in a day. And especially if I tried it with a vanda orchid. You may try and say every semipodial orchid has big pseudobulbs or pseudobulbs in general. But Sobralia and pleurothalids prove me wrong. There are no pseudobulbs on these. So that's why I always recommend research your particular orchid, as these plants are very strong, but they all need different conditions to thrive. There are some common things amongst most orchids, especially the ones we have in our hobbies, but they are all very different even within species. These are both Oncidium orchids. You can see this one is massive and has a 4-foot flower spike, and this one is tiny and will have like maybe a 6-inch flower spike. So they are extremely different, but these are both Oncidium orchids and they both want similar things. So there are general things through genuses, but overall, research your own particular orchid, they are different.